Join us as we explore the Pictured Rock National Lakeshore and Woodland Park Campground to see if it's the picture-perfect spot for your next adventure. Known for dramatic multicolored rocks, cliffs, and unusual sandstone formation like Miner's Castle and Chapel Rock, we will show you the best of what the UP has to offer.
Guess this is like the Lake Superior Ice Bucket Challenge.
Swimming in Lake Superior.
Oh my God, yeah.
Was it cold?
Oh yeah. Jackman's not gonna like this.
No.
How'd you feel pulling off though, buddy?
Yeah, it's cold. As you're heading in, get your firewood here. It's a few miles before you actually get to the campground, but it's $5. You get to the campground, it's $10. First day is always rough. Got up to 89 degrees. We've got 20-25 mile an hour wind gusts. Just trying to make some burgers and relax a little bit. Joe, are you having a good time?
Awesome time.
Uh-oh. What about you, buddy? How about you? You having a good time? I think she's having the best time of all of us. All right, let's show you the best part, which is that view. And the worst part is that view. And then you've got a little bit of space behind you. But the shower house, bath and area is very nice. We'll have more of that shortly. All right, we finished the burger. Looked pretty good. They do have a dump station, which camping not too terribly far away from it isn't ideal. They also have a playground. So here's the trail that connects with, so I'm gonna check it out. Not really sure where this actually goes. Now that goes down to the beach. Looks like my kind of trail. I don't know where this goes. So probably one of the worst things here, you see all the flies. But anyway, so you can start this up here and you can go all the way to like Sable Falls. And there's all kinds of other things there along this hike. We're gonna do just a little bit of it as part of the Donahue Woods system. You can pause and read that if you want. Let me show you more of the trail. All right, so we're going down some steps. Very cool. A lot of bicycles can do this trail as well. Sorry for the quick turn, but if you make a 90, deer track. It's like hold for view, hold for view. Wearing, not, accidentally turned it off. Not wearing the best hiking shoes for this. But we'll take you back here anyway. So sun's setting soon, so I think I'm gonna go get the rest of the gang and come back. I don't know if it's just me, but the sun seems huge. deer tracks. Look at that view. And it looks like an ocean. Few people out down that way. Very cool trail. And say you wanted to walk from the staircase at camp, which is about where that stuff is, you could walk the beach this way. So just follow the sunset, and then you'll see the trail go back off into the woods. It's marked. See the blue mark? It's marked with that. Get up there, just stay left, and then that takes you right back to the campground. Easy hike. I'm not 100% sure he's drinking beer while riding that thing around, but I'm 99 and a beer percent sure. So there's the campground, and you just walk down this short trail on this side, and boom, there's your view. There's a little swing set. I think it's a wedding venue. It's pretty cool down here.
You need to give it to me. What? That rope? No, we don't do that. They do that. They know how many ropes they need and everything.
Trip is complete, and you have cleared the Munising docks.
I know.
The last person to run the lighthouse was a gentleman named George Pryor. He last turned out that light in 1906, an old kerosene lamp up top. He lived out here in the considerable isolation with his very small family. Living in that little building was him and his wife, as well as their 12 children.
Whoa.
If you count the windows, there's not 12 windows. So the kids. Same ideas at work here. The reds, browns, and oranges, those are all from the iron. The blues and greens come from a copper. White is calcium, and black manganese. On the left-hand side, you'll see 2 points of land sticking out. Both points of land are grand. Throughout the trip, we're going to be speeding up and slowing down for different points of interest. The first point we're slowing down for is known as Miner's Castle, or Castle Rock. You can see an observation post has been built up there. There's also one up to the right. This is the only formation that you can drive to. Coming down here is Bridal Veil Falls. Bridal Veil Falls is a seasonal waterfall that's going to flow here for a few more days before drying back up. It typically flows after the snow melts from calcium, and the black is from manganese. Oh, this is one of our sister ships, the Chapel Rock. You should wave at them and let them know that we are the superior boat. personal favorites along the lakeshore, and this is Rainbow Cave. If you look inside Rainbow Cave, it looks as though it's raining right now. Well, the reason for this is that groundwater seepage from the upper water table are falling from the roof of the cave, giving the appearance of rain. As you can imagine, in the winter months, that water does seep year-round. That creates some pretty spectacular ice formations. Newer cave-in, you can see all this small debris in there that has not been washed out by the wave action yet. The forehead slants back a bit and the trees serve as a headdress. As you look at it for a moment, you may also notice a jawline and even an ear come into view. Kitchen Manitou is 180 feet tall, making it one of the taller points along our trip today. It was a series of interconnected caves and caverns and archways. You can see the archway here now, and this archway itself had its own cave-in that happened 25 years ago. Prior to this cave-in, you were able to take a small canoe or even a little dinghy through the archway. However, today, if you want to go through the archway, you need to bring your hiking boots. Sailing galleons you would have seen back in the 16, 17, or 1800s. Or maybe something you might have seen in the Pirates of the Caribbean. Alrighty, here we are with a left turn. There's the beach coming into view now. And here is Battleship Row.
This would be a video.
Yeah, right?
And we're walking from here.
It's deep enough to get the boat.
Oh, have you folks done anything like this before? Neither have I. Anybody see a place for a U-turn up ahead of us? Well, this beach we're crossing right now is Chapel Beach, and Chapel Beach is a popular site amongst the hikers and backpackers coming through. And it's said when you get to Chapel Beach, you feel like you're a million miles away from civilization. What do you do at a million miles away from civilization on a hot, sticky summer day? Well, you strip naked, streak down the beach, and go skinny dipping, of course. And it's right around that time that we bring 150 passengers around, giving everybody quite the surprise. Some are delighted, some are petrified, and one guy came up and said that was the most wildlife he'd seen on his entire vacation. Well, Chapel Beach ends at Sable Falls, and that does run through the summer months. And this is our last rock formation right here. This is Chapel Rock. It has that lone white pine tree up there, and if you look at the root system on that pine tree, it's a little interesting looking, isn't it? This root system is hanging over there and stretching over to the other side. Well, the reason this happened is when the tree took root in the rock, it didn't find enough nutrients in the soil, so it grew a root system across an old archway. Well, that archway came collapsing down.
Honey, do you like long walks on the beach in sunrise? No, she likes sleeping in. Welcome to our living room. We have ran for 3 days straight and we're ready to sit around and not do much. So it's movie morning. The bugs up here are no joke. This was the damage from the drive back from Munsing, or whatever, however it's pronounced. It sounded like it was raining while you were driving. I'm not saying we overpacked, but that's a lot of stuff. What do you think about it, girl? This is home. Didn't think it'd be that hot up here. I'm glad we brought our cover. Reflect some of that water off. Overview map of the trail we're about to hike right now. Oh my gosh, it's on Sable Falls Trail. So this is from the visitor center. I didn't do my normal little, hey, this is our hike we're doing, because I don't know if anybody else had this issue where you're hooked to your Bluetooth in your vehicle and then your phone acts stupid. It's an iPhone, so maybe that's the problem. Let me know in the comments if you've had that issue. I'll keep showing you some more of this beautiful trail. Well, I'm thinking about it too. You do need a vehicle pass to explore anything in the Pictured Rock National Lakeshore. So go ahead and pick that up first. That way you don't have to worry about it. Better to pay the $25 for a 7-day pass than get a ticket. Some pretty good sized trees out here. Check this out. And then it just twists and turns till it gets up to the canopy. Very cool. Not as familiar with the trees out here as I am with the ones in Kentucky. Definitely a lot of maples. Lots and lots of maple trees. Been a very easy trail. I mean, there's a little bit of ups and downs, but it's beautiful. Let's keep going. All right, this is really cool. Look where a beaver started working on this tree. In fact, if you look right down there, I bet that's their dam. Pretty cool. Here's where the beavers have been at work more. They've cut down a lot of them through here. Definitely enjoying the shade right now. It's almost 90 out. I don't think everybody's, I know I wasn't prepared for that coming to Upper Michigan. We first looked at the forecast, said it was going to be in the 60s. And then the heat followed us from Kentucky. Sorry, you peers. Kind of like to jump in that stream. Okay, so Sable Falls is that way. That's where I'm heading. But it's only 0.1 miles down to the dunes, so I think I can get you a quick look at that real fast. But Ashley and the kids and Joey are waiting for me to start the falls, I believe. Which, if nothing else, this bridge was worth it just to walk across. I guess that's to keep like bigger vehicles off. That bridge sure wouldn't hold them. All right, let's run and check this out. And then it just like changes to like a pine tree forest. Oh, as soon as I say that, then there's another, I don't know what kind of maple that is. And we're getting close. Look how sandy it's getting. Should be a good overlook up here. A little hot. All right, here's the dunes. Oh, didn't really want to walk as far, but got to see the water, you know? Wind feels good. So this has maybe a quarter mile to your hike. I think it was worth it. How about you? Look at that. Wow. There's nothing as far as you can see. Beautiful. And the watercolor on camera just does not justify it to the eye, especially if you got on some polarized sunglasses. Wow. Very cool. Hike the extra little bit if you're already doing it. All right, let's head back towards the falls. Just a little over a quarter of a mile from the falls. It's kind of neat. Don't go into the long grass. All right, now we just gotta do the steps down to Sable Falls. And as they have well advertised, the dreaded 168 stair steps down the falls. Of course, there's a fence here. I don't think they want you going over that.
12 seconds later.
I might have went over the fence, I don't know. Is it worth the steps? You tell me. Well, I'm not sure how many L8s get drank this far north, but it sure tastes good.
What is this?
So this is a lumberjack's life. So I guess they use this to slide logs down. And this is how they transported them. Oh, more wonderful flies, yay. All right, here's the log slide. And it's starting to rain and storm, so yeah, this was kind of neat, but now it's raining hard, so we're gonna head back. Not sure if I showed this before or not, but definitely pick one of these up. You can put all your different trips in it, so you can help remember where you've been and what had the best sights and stuff like that. All right, what do we got going on here?
I'm getting potatoes ready to put in the fire.
So this little salt, a little butter.
Yep.
Nice. Used to burning hardwood, so I feel like it's taking longer. Got some potatoes down there, then some corn. So once this is pretty much done, then I'll get started on some pork chops. Everybody's just kind of taking it easy throughout the campground. Pretty cool. There's a guy down here playing guitar. Of course, he stopped as soon as I looked. But very chill place, nice new restrooms, relaxing. God, look at that water. Very cool. Well, a complete 180 here. First night it was in the 80s, and now it's in the low 50s. So the fire feels nice. A lot more fires burning tonight. Still very cool how long it takes the sun to set. We're off to Wisconsin tomorrow. All right, let's see if I can find some of the glowing rocks. So it's about 11 o'clock and it's still this bright out. It's just wild. Sorry the camera's shaky. I'm walking through sand and gravel and rocks. Good times. All right, so you can see some other people with some black lights. Kind of hard to make out down that way. Yeah. I guess we're just looking for a glowing rock. What does glow good is my shoes. I'll give this about 20 minutes or so and then I'm calling it. But if I find something, of course, I'll share it with you guys. Well, guys, I'm not finding anything cool. And even though it doesn't look like it's that late, it's at 11:30. So, no cool glowing rocks for me. Guess I'll just head back and go to bed. And then we'll be on the next leg of this adventure. Good night from the UP. Now, granted, it's a Tuesday, but 11 p.m. is the quiet hour, and there's pretty much nobody else out now. So, quiet campground. They also have a sink so you can do dishes. .74, 72 has some shade, morning shade anyway. It's all primitive back here. Hair site 69, 68, 67 is actually a nice big spot compared to some of our stuff over there. 66 is nice. We'll get back in the truck here. 65 is a little tight. 64 is a little wider and has shade. 64 is a nice spot. 63 is pretty nice. 62 is a nice wide spot. 61 good. So these spots are wider, but you don't have, I mean, you still have the view, but not quite as much. .59. Nice spot here at 58. Nice looking truck too. 57. That's 57. 56 is a corner spot. I'm not a fan of it. A little bit of shade. You'd have nice evening shade on it. '58, you have the whole end, but I don't like it either. It's up to you though. 55, 54. 53 is a nice big spot. Same with 52. 51's a big spot. 50 is a nice big spot. 49, nice big spot. And then they start getting tight. 48, 47, no shade, a little bit of shade at 45. 44 a little bit, but the spots get really narrow through here. There's 40, 39. See how tight these are. And here we are at 36. So if you want to look at a spot any closer, you know, just hit the pause button. You can look at it really good. There's a really pretty dog right here. There's the main entrance. You're coming in here. There's 19. Hello. Spot 18, 17. These are nice and wide and have better shade than where we're camping at. But all these were full when we looked for the days we needed. There's also another bathhouse over here. And out on this side, there's no camping on this side, so it's just benches and a beautiful view. And we missed a few, but they're all about the same. But there's bigger trees on this side of the park, and it seems like they're a little bit wider. Oh, that's cool. Kind of going the opposite way here. There's spot 3. '89. There's 90. 91. 92. 93. 94, not a lot of shade on those, but then there's 95. Get some really good shade in here at 96. And 97. It's about noon, so tells you where the sun's at. 98, 99, 100. 101. There's 102. I don't like that spot. There's not a lot of room. Stay away from that one. Yeah, the numbers are weird, so definitely look at the map when you're picking it out. More trash bins. I wonder if that was the old shower house. The new one's definitely a lot nicer. Spot 106. 107. 107 seems pretty narrow. Or no, maybe it's actually a pretty good size. And then here's this cool bus again. And then there's spots 1 and 2, which have nice shade. And then it jumps to 88, 87, 86. These are more narrow over here as well, but they're deep. Well, it looks like there's primitive camping on the other side of it. And then the other side, 84 is a power station. Yeah, don't camp at 84. 83 looks nice. 82. 81. 80. 80's a nice spot. 79's a pretty nice spot. And then it starts getting to where there's people behind you and on the side of you. 76 looks like a nice spot, but not much shade, smaller trees. 23's got a big spot. I think it's a 23. I don't know what it says. That's it. There's nearby basketball court. You have a tennis court and a couple places to eat there in the back, as well as some more primitive camping. There's some primitive spots back here. There's no electric, but they're actually pretty nice as far as being shaded. So that's L1. Here's L2, which is a tiny spot. L3, another tiny spot. These are all pretty tiny. It looks like as you get there in the back, they get a little bit better. And then there's some more playground stuff and like barbecue pits and some picnic tables out on this end. And back here is like L9, which that's a better size spot. If you had 2 of these spots together, it'd be pretty good. And then it seems like B, C, D, that keeps going. We'll keep going then. There's E and F. There's G. Not a lot of room for a tent back here, but some good hammock spots. Very shaded. All right, let's zoom out some there. So G, H. This is really pretty. Spot I, you have an amazing view of that. And I guess here's spot R. J is okay, but your tent, all of this, if nobody else was back here, would be pretty cool. But if it was all like booked, it would suck. There's a trail that goes down to the beach. That's kind of cool. M is okay, but there's somebody's house over there. Again, L would be pretty cool if nobody's at Q or P. Yeah, if there's nobody back here, these spots would be pretty sweet. Got a couple more to check out. Here's M. N. There's O down there. O would suck. You're like in somebody's driveway kinda. and on a turnabout. Never like spots close to the road, especially if you have kids, because it's like you're constantly worried about them if they're going to run out into the road or something. All right, that's this side of the primitive. All right, we're packed up. Upper Peninsula, it's been cool. Time to head to Wisconsin. All right, we're here at Itchy Titty Pee Pee. We're gonna check it out. Hope this helps you plan your next adventure. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a fantastic day. Thanks for watching.